Sure. Pleased with both sides of the ball. Still lots of stuff to clean up with, as you would expect after the first game of the year. But defensive effort was really, really good. Offensive execution was really good at times and a little sloppy in others. But, again, offense takes time. Defense is about effort and communication, and I think we're starting to kind of show that we could be a defensive team that's going to be able to stop some people.
Yeah, surprisingly, my first question is about defense.
I know.
How you I mean, what do you feel like you did well as far as just running the length at them? What stood out?
I thought we got them off their spots. You know, their bigs were not buried deep, so we could go in there and what we call dig when they started to bounce it. We put enough pressure on the ball, they couldn't function. This is a team with 4 starters back, and their 6-man coming back, and you know they've played together a lot. And I thought that we were disruptive, even though we didn't have forced a lot of turnovers. We didn't let them run their stuff. We did a little bit of a scout on this game, which was I think a marked improvement over our Arkansas Fort Smith game because we had a little bit of preparation. And our kids have taken some pride in getting stops and rebounding it. 7 offensive rebounds on 38 missed shots. That's a pretty good percentage.
Well, Barnum and Mac both made comments that they felt like they were very prepared. After yesterday's practice,
we've got a really good guys practice team. And maybe one of the better ones, probably one of the better ones we've had here. And we didn't have that last year. We didn't have it with COVID. So this year with those guys coming in and being able to simulate very quickly, we went through most of their stuff in about a very, very intense 30 minutes. And because of the 3 games in 5 days, and I just thought their preparation, they carried over. They knew who our shooters were. They knew who the drivers were. And that goes with just having, I think, kids that have recruited a little bit more defensive-minded as well, more well-rounded, not just one side of the ball. When you add Sasha and you add Jersey and you add Sam and you add Alana and, Emory Ellis is a really good defensive player too. So we've added good defensive players, and Marquisha, of course, gets in there and can really guard the ball.
Hey, Coach, you talked about how deep this team can go before the season started. Talk about Marquisha. Alana coming off the bench, making 2 big threes and making some free throws. How big was their production tonight versus Tarleton?
It makes me sleep a little bit better than most people with 2 young kids at home would sleep. Knowing that, again, we've done everything we can do to just try to say we're a team of 13 right now players. Whether you're starting or whether you're the first one in or the rotation that you get in there with. I think that our second rotation tonight really got us a little bit of separation. So it's refreshing. It's new to me. We're still learning to have that. But man, I don't take it for granted that how hard these kids are working. And even the kids that are playing 20, 22 minutes. You look down 16, 15, 14, 12. I dare y'all to go back and find a box score from the last 4 years that look like that. We're talking double figures minutes on a lot of kids in a real opening game. So our depth is something that I'm really proud that we've been able to recruit and keep, and we've got to maintain it. We've got to make sure everybody understands their roles, and 35 minutes may be a thing of the past. We may not have somebody average 35 minutes this year. So play incredibly hard in the 22 minutes you're playing. It'll be fun to look back and see the combinations. I've got in my mind who I think the best combination was tonight, but the last time I guessed I was way wrong. So you can't keep up with all that. There's five people. It's really hard to keep up with. So we'll get to the film room, and I think we'll learn a lot.
What can you say about Samara Spencer specifically and her performance off the bench?
Fearless, just not freshman-like. Not freshman-like. That's what I would say. I've said it a couple times. This is very – and I don't want to compare them because they're different people and different kids, but much like when Michaela got here, she was freshman ready. She takes coaching. She takes preparation seriously. She is absolutely fearless going in on 6'6" kid. She thinks she's 6'6", so don't anybody tell her she's not. But she's worked for it, man. She came in ready to go. She's in great shape. I think she's one of those kids that could play 40 minutes if we had to have. Her leadership, she's really taken to listening to Mac and taking coaching, and That's rare for lots of freshmen, but she's done a great job with it.
And Michaela said that you kind of have her in more of a T-back position, I think she said it's called. So what does that look like, and how did you see it work tonight?
So I should have done this a long time ago, seeing how good she's at it. I used to make her sprint back in transition every time a shot went up, just because I was petrified that we would give up a layup on the other end, and I hate it. So we would always send her and Amber back. This year I've let her get to the tee of the court right there where the free throw line and in our practice gym there's a tee there. And I let her get to that spot, and then I trust her to make the read. Can she get the rebound, or can she pick up and pressure the ball a little bit? And she's gotten so good at being disruptive. She's always been a really, really good rebounder. But now, getting 2 or 3, and she kept 2 or 3 more alive that she didn't get credit for. So that's what the T-back is. We have a fullback and a T-back. We use a lot of football references. I was a terrible football player, but I loved it. So.
Ladies, can you just talk about the defensive intensity, throughout tonight? Because it seemed to me like that stood out for you guys.
I think we were just focused. Preparation is all it takes, and we prepared all week. We didn't want to put this game past us. We wanted to focus on Tarleton State, and I think we did a good job.
I agree. Yesterday, I think in our scouting practice, that was one of the best practices we've ever had. With the scouting, I think that we were all locked in today, and we all wanted to win, and we didn't care who scored or what was going to happen. We just wanted to win.
What do you, Michaela, just follow up, what do you feel like stood out tonight as far as, just trying to find some rhythm and finding how the groups fit together?
I think we're finally starting to talk to each other on the court. I think we all get along well on the court, but when we first started out on the court, it was just everybody was unsure, but now we know how to talk to each other, know how to help each other, and just know the right things to say to each individual player.
Aaron, specifically, were there a couple of areas that you feel like got better and better as the game went on tonight?
Yes, sir. I think we started to find the open player. Like when man would come double, we'll find. I think we had a lot of wide open layups on last-minute passes, so I think we did very good on finding the open player.
Are you guys getting more comfortable? I mean, Mike talked about in the preseason about, you guys will go deep into the shot clock some, and you did that tonight. Did you guys feel like you're comfortable doing that at this point?
Yeah, definitely. In the beginning of the season, or not the beginning of the season, but the beginning of practice, we kind of panicked when the shot clock was winding down, but now we kind of, got it under control, know what play to run, and know who needs to take the shot. Yeah.
All right, Michaela, you led the game today with 15 points, but you also got on the boards as well. Talk about being on the court everywhere, not just scoring the ball, but getting on the rebounds and passing and getting assists as well.
Mm-hmm. Coach Neighbors just asked me to kind of take on a new role. We call it a T-back, and so it's kind of I'm a get back, but he wants me also in there just getting rebounds, and I don't think I, get the rebounds that are high in the sky, but, some people, they kind of don't box me out because you wouldn't think I would go rebound. So I just try to get the ones that can just fall into my hands.
Y'all have a lot of younger players, and you had a lot of people come off the bench tonight. What did you see from some of those bench teammates, and especially Samara Spencer? Either of you.
Okay. Just the confidence. I don't think anybody on this team lacks confidence, and I love that about this team. Just and ready when their name is called. We need that this year, and that's just going to take us even further.
This is for both of you. How does it feel to be 1-0?
Amazing. He said, how does it feel to be 1-0?
Oh, great. We're going to sleep so good tonight.